All right, you need to come out here and get yourself the Brooklyn Pickle. I was talking about this with one of my buddies. I was like, yo, there's no better sandwich in the state of New York than the Brooklyn Pickle. And now that I found out that they're going down to North Carolina, we are taking over your taste buds everywhere you are, wherever you're going to be. You need to get yourself out to the Brooklyn Pickle. Pinehurst, you just realized that you found yourself the best sandwich shop that you're ever going to have. This is a glorious moment. It's a blessing to your community. You're welcome. Brooklyn in the house, baby. Go over to the Brooklyn Pickle. You already know what it is.
You heard the man. Head to Brooklyn Pickle Pinehurst on 1788 Old Morgantown Road in Southern Pines, North Carolina. Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall.dt.com. Coach, we know your familiar face here in the conference and obviously your time that you spent at Miami. For the Duke Blue Devils, for you, what was it that spoke to you more than anything else about this program? We've seen it have success. We've seen stints of success. What made you believe that this was the right fit for you personally and that there can be sustained success at Duke?
Yeah, I think everything starts with alignment. And so, I mentioned, knowing Feely was here, hearing some of the commentary from some of the coaches on the staff the last couple of years that I had worked with previously. I had some inside baseball on what was going on and contributing to their success the last couple of years. But that wouldn't be enough without the dedicated support, starting from the president, Vincent Price, through our AD, Nina King. Duke wants to be excellent at football. They want to sustain excellence at football. And I do believe, look, everyone's aware of the turbulence in college football right now. And I do believe that Duke is uniquely poised in a way that other schools aren't. Because as I mentioned before, generally speaking, the parents who drop their young men off at our doorstep as freshmen, it's very important to those families that those young men graduate from Duke University. So we still have a chance to develop a roster. Now we got to take care of our guys. We got to be smart and make the student athlete experience worthwhile to stay. But if we do our end of the bargain, our players want to be at Duke. And what that allows us to do is that allows us to build a roster the way that it's been done for a long time, that right now the forces of college football are always trying to tear apart.
Coach, when you look back at mentorship for you, as like you said, discipline, teaching these guys discipline, and in a lot of cases being the first person to do that, who taught you that responsibility, that discipline, some of those mentors that you reach back from into your toolbox for that wisdom when you need it?
Well, I think first, you're taught how you're raised. I mean, my parents are the first lesson you're going to receive is from them. So the first credit goes to them. In this profession in particular, I'm so fortunate to break in at Florida State in the late 90s, and to sit there when football staffs were so small back then. I was like one of 15 in the staff room, and you got Bobby Bowden at the end of the table, you got Mickey Andrews and Chuck Amato to your right, you have Mark Richt as the offensive coordinator to your left. I mean, holy cow, what a room of people to learn from. And so to be with Coach Bowden for 3 years, to go to NC State with Coach Amato for 6 years. So really the first 9 years of my career was raised in the Florida State way. Then to go to Middle Tennessee with Rick Stockstill, who really, again, is a Coach Bowden disciple. So over the first decade of my career, 3 jobs, really all taught from the Bobby Bowden way. The guy won more games than I think anybody ever. So it was like getting a PhD in what it takes to be great at football.
Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall.dt.com. Malik, going off of what I asked Grayson, what's that relationship been like for you to work together and challenge each other? Just what you've taken, like you said, 7 months. What has that relationship been like as far as who you are today on the field?
It's been great. Honestly, I couldn't ask for Grayson to be any better of a person and as a kind of like a partner to work with. Him being here, him having the experience and the knowledge of Duke as a program, and knowing the people that's been here, that's come through here, that are here currently, he's able to help me get a better feel for everywhere and everyone that's around me. And that's Henry as well. I ask all of those guys questions. I'm a big kind of like want to know new stuff type of person. So I don't mind asking questions. Anything that comes into my mind, I let them know it. So I'm definitely grateful for them.
Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall, Grayson, not only are you competing on the field with Murphy, but you're competing here today, the opportunity to speak to the media and go into the season. Did anything go into any type of fun between what you're wearing, what he's wearing, some of the interviews, some of the things that you guys are doing? Have you tried to have a playful banter back and forth as you both work to be signal callers for Duke?
I mean, you know, I think it all just comes natural. I think from the first moment when we introduced ourselves in our meeting room, it was just all about us having a good chemistry, and we hit it all right there. You know, just being the ability to just be able to joke around and crack jokes with the guy, and you know, really push yourself to be the best player and push another guy to be the best player in kind of an informal way. You know, being able to have fun while you do it. You don't realize you're getting better. You're just out having fun with a buddy at practice.
Dan Tortora, WakeUpCall, Jalen, like you talked about, testing the waters and didn't really know what was going to happen in the coaching change. What was it about Manny Diaz that spoke to you and said, my 5th year at Duke, it's better to spend it home where I am than to go elsewhere? What did Manny Diaz say?
He's a stand-up guy. You know, we all had doubt, and you know, the first day he made it here, he called us up personally, and that meant a lot for me because, you know, at that time, being my last year, I'm not sure where I'm gonna be. You know, he cleared a few things up with me, and I knew he had the best interest in me. But not only that, I feel like it wasn't just Manny. It was the locker room as well, you know, and just the culture and everything we built in that locker room. It speaks for itself. I feel like there's not another locker room like ours. It's truly a brotherhood at Duke football. So.